In lesson 3.1, we're going to be connecting fractions and divisions. This is a 2-part lesson. Today is part 1. You will need your whiteboard marker, and eraser, and your math journal. Remember, the pages I complete in your journal and what I do in your whiteboard, you are to be doing with me. So on your whiteboard, it says, Jonah was going on vacation for 4 days to the lake and 8 days to the mountains. 1 girl and 2 boys agreed to watch his rabbits. Each friend will watch the rabbits for the same number of days. How many days will each friend watch the rabbits? So the first thing we need to do is to figure out how many days he will be gone. So let's write an equation for that. 4 days to the lake, write this on your whiteboard, plus 8 days to the mountains. So we're going to add together those days. Then we are going to divide that by how many friends are going to watch the rabbits. So 1 plus 2, and that's what we're going to solve. I'll put the variable r for rabbits. So go ahead and write 4 plus 8 in parentheses divided by 1 plus 2 in parentheses. So now we're going to go ahead and solve each of those parentheses. So 4 plus 8 is what? Write that just below. And 1 plus 2 is 3. And let's go ahead and solve. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 what? Days. All right, let's try another one. After his basketball game, Nico split a veggie pizza evenly with 2 of his friends. How much pizza did each person get? Use your fraction circle pieces. So you can split your screen and use your e-tools, or you can just draw a picture on your whiteboard. So remember, Nico is splitting the pizza with 2 of his friends. So oftentimes we just see the number 2 and we would divide by 2. But remember, it's actually 3 people. So let's take that veggie pizza. Let's see, what would you put on it? I don't know. Little peppers. Maybe olives. So you've got a veggie pizza, and there are 3 friends. Nico is 1 and 2 of his friends. So let's divide this into 3 equal parts. Nico will get 1/3. His other friend will get 1/3. And the third friend will get 1/3. So 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 equals 1 whole pizza, or 3/3. So anytime our top number and our bottom number, our numerator and denominator are the same, it equals 1 whole. Remember to do this with me. All right, erase. Let's try another one. Darian and Ashley made an apple pie for the family. How sweet of them. They cut the pie into 8 equal slices. If 4 people split the pie equally, how much pie will each person get? So let's go ahead and draw that pie. 8 equal slices. Let's go ahead and do that. We can do that with 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll divide into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal pieces. So if we're splitting it among 4 people, let's person 1 gets 2 slices, person 2, person 3, person 4. Go ahead and number those on your pie. So person number 1, if we're just looking at how much pie each person will get, that person will get 2 out of 8. That's how we would read a fraction. 2/8, or 2 out of 8 slices. Not 2 out of 4, because if I count, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slices. What's another way to say that? What would be an equivalent fraction? Here's my 4 people. Another way to say it would be 1/4. They are equivalent fractions. All right, let's try another one. Lila brought 6 graham cracker squares for a snack. She wants to share them with 3 friends. If they share the squares equally, how much will each person get? So let's draw her 6 graham cracker squares, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She wants to share them with 3 friends. Now again, remember she's going to share them, so it's Lila plus 3 friends. So here's friend 1, friend 2, friend 3, and sweet little Lila who's sharing. So friend number 1 will get 1 full one. Friend number 2 will get a second one. Friend number 3 and Lila will get this one. Now what we have left is 2 squares, and we have 4 people. So we're going to divide each one of those in half again. And friend number 1 will get that. Friend number 2 will get this part. Friend number 3 will get this one. And Lila will get this one. How much is that per person? So if I just look at Lila, she's going to get 1 full one. So she gets this much right here. And then she gets this much as well. So she's getting 1 2/4. 1 2/4. Or we can say she's getting 1 full one. And then remember, we divided that one in half, 1 1/2 crackers. All right, I'm going to skip this one for now. Let's go ahead and move into our math journal. We're going to be working on page 71. So go ahead and turn to page 71. Remember to stop the video at any point in time if you need some additional time. So on page 71, we're solving fair share number stories. It says use the fraction circle pieces or a drawing to model each number story, then solve. So again, you can split your screen and use the e-tools. That is an option. That's why I had you practice that in a previous lesson. Or you can just draw a picture in your math journal. Mary and her 2 friends. Here's the key. Don't forget when they just say her 2 friends to include Mary. We're working on a science project. They shared 1 pizza equally as a snack. How much pizza did each person get? So let's go ahead. Pretty simple, just like the previous pizza problem. It's Mary plus her 2 friends, so there's a total of 3. So let's divide that pizza into 3 equal parts. Friend 1, Mary, will get 1 slice. Friend 2, and the 3rd person will get an equal portion. So how much pizza did each person get? They get 1/3 of the pizza. Number 2, Jose is taking care of a neighbor's cat. The neighbor will be gone for 5 days and left 3 cans of cat food. The cat is supposed to eat the same amount each day. How much food should Jose give the cat each day? So let's draw those 3 cans. Can 1, can 2, and can 3. In each one of those cans, we're going to divide into 5 equal parts. So if you think of it, draw a stick person without a head. So the neck, 2 arms, 2 legs. A long neck, 2 arms, 2 legs. Long neck, 2 arms, 2 legs. Now what we're going to do is number each one of those as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's just take a look at 1 day because it's asking how much food should Jose give the cat each day? So on day 1, the cat's going to get 3 parts out of how many sections is each can divided equally into? Well, 5, so 3/5 of a can. Number 3, a school received a shipment of 4 boxes of paper. The school wants to split the paper equally among its 3 printers. How much paper should go to each printer? So let's take and draw some boxes. We have 4 boxes. Sorry, I didn't draw those very equally. All right, we have 4 boxes drawn, and now there's 3 printers. So we don't even have to divide the first 3 boxes. Box 1 will go to printer 1. Write everything I am. Box 2 will go to printer 2. Box 3 will go to printer 3. And then the last one has to just be divided into 3 equal parts. 1 part will go to printer 1, the second part printer 2, third part printer 3. So each one is going to get 1 full box and 1/3 of the last one. So 1 1/3 boxes. Number 4, Adrian brought 2 loaves of olive bread to school for a class celebration. There were 12 people who wanted to try the bread. They decided to split the loaves evenly. How much bread did each person receive? Let's do this. Let's draw some loaves of bread. Okay, we have 2 of them, and we're splitting them among 12 people. So if I divide the first one into 6 and the second one into 6, 6 plus 6 is 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines gives me 6 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's number them. First person, second. Do this with me. Thank you for doing this. All right, so how much bread did each person get? Person 1 is getting 1, and then how many equal parts is this loaf of bread in? 6, 1/6 of a loaf. All right, let's move on to page 72. We're just going to do a little bit of review with multiplication and division. We'll just do 1 problem of each. So it says for problems 1 through 3, make an estimate, then solve using U.S. traditional multiplication. Use your estimates to check whether your answer makes sense. So let's start with estimating. 28 is closest to 30. 57 is closest to 60. And now it just becomes a basic extended fact. 3 times 6 is 18. And then I add on 2 zeros. My answer should be close to 1,800. So let's go ahead and multiply. Remember, the 7 has to be multiplied by both numbers on the top, the 8 and the 2. So let's start with 7 times 8. And again, those multiplication facts need to be mastered. Is 56. Put down your 6. Carry your 5 over to the tens place. Now the 7 needs to be multiplied by the 2. So 7 times 2 is 14. 14 plus 5 is 19. Now I draw just one little line through there. That way I know that I've already added that 5. Now I'm going to go ahead and multiply in the tens place. I'm going to occupy the ones place with a 0. Now the 5 needs to be multiplied by both the 8 and the 2 up above. So let's go ahead and take 5 times 8 is 40. Put down your 0, carry your 4 over to the tens place. Notice why we crossed off the 5, so we're not confused. Now 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 more is 14. Carefully line up those numbers. So if I drew a line down, I should be able to add all of those columns. 6 plus 0 is 6. 9 plus 0 is 9. 1 plus 4 is 5. And bring down your 1. The solution to this is 1,596. All right, let's move down to, well, let's do one more multiplication, and then we'll do division 1. 643 is closer to 600 than it is 700. 81 is closest to 80. And now I can do that in my head. 8 times 6 is 48 with 1, 2, 3 zeros. So my answer should be close to 48,000. Now, these are the same steps as our previous one, except for we're going to have one more place value to multiply, and that's the hundreds. So let's start with 1 times 3, then 1 times 4, then 1 times 6. So 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. And 1 times 6 is 6. Now the 8 has to be multiplied by each of those numbers up above. 8 times 3, then 8 times 4, then 8 times 6. We're starting to multiply in the tens place. So let's put a 0 there. Now let's take 8 times 3 is 24. Put down your 4 and carry your 2 over to the next number. Place value you're going to multiply. 8 times 4 is 32. Plus 2 is 34. I still have more to multiply, so I just put down my 4 and carry my 3. 8 times 6 is 48. Plus 3 is 51. There's nothing else to multiply, so I go ahead and put down the entire 51. I'm lining up my numbers nice and neat in columns according to place value, so it's easy to add. 3 plus 0 is 3. 4 plus 4 is 8. 6 plus 4 is 0. Carry my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. And then put down my 5. 52,083. We're going to skip number 3 for now. Let's do one division problem. We're going to take 4,168 divided by 32. I'm going to use partial quotients. And the first thing I need to do is estimate so that I know what number I should start with over on the side. So 4,168. To make this easy for me to do, I'm actually going to make this 4,500 because then I can make this 30 and I can take 45 divided into thirds is 15. This 0 cancels out this 0, so I have 1 0 left. Now I know that my quotient or my answer should be close to 150. So that lets me know I'm not going to start off with, are there 10 32s? I'm going to say 100. So 1 times 32 is 32 with 2 zeros behind it. Now I can subtract. If I go by 10s or even 20s or 30s, it's going to take me a really long time. 8 minus 0 is 8. 6 minus 0 is 6. I cannot take 1 minus 2, so I borrow from the 4 and make it a 3. Put that 10 in front of the 1 to make 11 minus 2 is 9. Now, I know that 3 goes into 9 about 3 times. So I'm actually going to put, well, I'm going to do 20 because I can double in my head pretty easy. 32 doubled. Well, 3 doubled is 6. 2 doubled is 4. So 64 with 1 0 behind it. Because 32 times 2 is 64. 8 minus 0 is 8. 6 minus 4 is 2. And 9 minus 6 is 3. Now I'm going to do it 10 times. 32 times 10 is 320. 32 times 1 is 32 with 1 0 behind it. Now I have a remainder. My remainder needs to be smaller than my divisor of 32, so it is. So I add up 100 plus 20 plus 10 is 130, remainder 8. But because I estimated, I knew that I could start with 100 and be just fine.